Thank you, sir.
For me. Minutes left.
In my high school career, I've been forced to make trade-offs in my life. It hasn't been easy. Learning to make decisions on your own, not having the guidance that I once had from my parents. This independence is a gift and a curse. Last year, I became the #1 tennis player in our school. While it was amazing, I loved it. The sport is something that I truly am passionate about in my day-to-day life. I failed my first class that year, world history. Not because of my academics, but because of my choices to pursue the love of the sport tennis for me. This brings me back to a quote said by Toni Morrison. You want to fly, you got to give up the stuff that weighs you down. When Toni says this, I believe that it means if you want to achieve greatness in your life, you're going to have to let go of some of the things that you're not passionate about. Some of the things that won't lead you to greatness. And this can be seen in 3 examples. Finance, in The Wolf of Wall Street. In racing, in the movie Ford versus Ferrari. And of course, in sports, in the story of the Williams sisters. I'd like to begin by talking about The Wolf of Wall Street. This movie is about a tycoon of sorts who starts at the bottom and makes his way through Wall Street, the stock market, and becomes the absolute epitome of what a stockbroker is in our world. He gives up his family, his first wife, to pursue these dreams, to become the biggest name in America, basically, at the time. Do you think he could have achieved these great goals without having to sacrifice his family life, his home life? No. It's impossible. We move over to racing. In the movie Ford versus Ferrari, Ken Miles is a driver, a mechanic. He is commissioned by Ford, to create a race car that will beat Ferrari in Le Mans, the most famous car race in the entire world. Ken Miles tests these cars every day, sacrifices his days and nights away from his wife and kids to race and to create the greatest sports car of the 1960s. At the end of the movie, they succeed in their goal, getting first, second, and third place in Le Mans, which has never been recreated before. But after creating the car, the GT40 Mark IV, Ken Miles is driving the car, and he crashes, killing him in the incident. And then, of course, sports. The Williams sisters. We all know them. Probably some of the biggest names in all of sports history. The Williams sisters had to sacrifice their schooling, their friends, their family, to achieve this goal in their life. And if they didn't make that sacrifice, they wouldn't be where they are today. Which leads me back to me, a school athlete. What I learned from that experience of failing a class, just because of something that I was so passionate about. You need to choose what's important to you. And that's all. That's all that's important. Thank you.